does the sun set, right? Let me guess, we're going to find out pretty soon. So there's really no way to get around that initially, okay? So I'm going to have you guys mostly look to me, away from the sun, for the first part of it. And then there might be times where I gesture to look behind you. I recognize a lot of familiar faces from Devil's Den at 2 o'clock today. Just to warn you, the fighting down there is very similar in terms of setup and scope to the fighting up here. So some of this might be review for you, but as my teacher would always say, repetition is the mother of learning. Repetition is the mother of learning, right? So, so hopefully by the end of this you'll be able to give the setup program. Do my job for me as I sit right back over here, far down the line. Well, it's 7 o'clock exactly, so if you're all in the right place, that means that you're here for the 7 o'clock Little Round Top program. I'd like to welcome you all to Gettysburg National Military Park, whether you're new or returning. How many people here are new, by a show of hands? Anyone never been here before? All right, well, welcome. Welcome, as some of you guys may have heard before, and I'll tell you guys, you share something in common with almost every soldier who fought here. Soldiers who had never been to Gettysburg before they engaged in this battle. For the next hour or so, we are going to be walking in the footsteps of primarily Union soldiers who fought here on Little Round Top. Now, history is a very challenging thing. There are a lot of stories, there are a lot of dimensions, there are a lot of perspectives. And so as we sit back here in the 21st century to try to understand the past, chances are that we focus in on particular individuals or particular events when talking about larger scale events. So take, for example, the American Revolution. Right? We're at the 250th anniversary of this country. When we think of the Revolution, our minds often go to, say, the Declaration of Independence, right? What they choose this 250 for. Or just about a month ago was June 6th, D-Day, something that's often used to represent the Second World War. Well, when it comes to the American Civil War, folks tend to focus on the Battle of Gettysburg. And of course, I'm not too mad at that because it means that I have a job and that you folks can come over here. Right? A battle that was fought 163 years ago exactly over the next 3 days. Tomorrow, the day after that, and the day after that. And if you've ever seen the 1993 film Gettysburg or read the book it's based off of, Killer Angels, then chances are one of the events you would focus in on that battle is the fighting for Little Round Top. Specifically, the actions of around 358 men from the state of Maine, all under the command of this gentleman right here. Jeff Daniels, ladies and gentlemen. That's, of course, who plays this historical figure in the movie. This is Colonel Joshua Lawrence Chamberlain, the leader of the 20th Maine Infantry. Chamberlain played a very important part of the fighting here. So much so that he's going to be the focus of our last couple of stops.
Great.
But in reality, there's more to this story than just Chamberlain. The Battle of Little Round Top is this series of actions by ordinary men, just like all of us, during extraordinary times who did extraordinary things. So my hope today is to help expand our understanding of the fighting for Little Round Top by focusing in on these individuals. And of course, we're not all ordinary men. They're ordinary men and ordinary women. I want to put that out there. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to head on off to our next stop where we'll get a better understanding of why this ground was fought over in the first place. But before we go off and do that, are there any questions? Anything I can clarify before I do? Let's head on off to our next stop.